what you believe. You believe that your path is a choice. You live conditional. You're like, hey, I want to try what Wes does and help people. I'm like, I must do this. I didn't come into this and say, if this works out, I'll keep doing this. But if not, I'll have to find something else because I need to make a certain amount of money for my family and for this and for that. I will never give this up. I didn't come into this to make money. I would have lived off canned chicken and spinach, which I was eating at my grandma's house, and I would have walked to the gym and been happy. You guys, I live this way because there is no other way a human is optimally living and surviving. We are supposed to heal ourselves and teach others to do the same. I realize this every time I take a shower. I realize this every time my family's trying to watch a movie. I realize this every time I drive one of my cars that you think I love so much. Went for a drive a little bit ago. In the Mansory Phantom, I had about 30 minutes between one call to another call. So I had 30 minutes between this call that I was on and then my group call that I just got off that took an hour and a half. The group call and the other call was an hour. I had a 30-minute break. During my 30-minute break, I just made relentless content for my followers on Instagram the whole time. I went out believing that I was going to listen to some music and to, alter my energy, to shift my energy, to chill, breathe and relax and enjoy a drive. I can't enjoy anything because I'm owed to you guys with everything that I have. I compare it to if a child's running out into a busy street. The mom knows the side door is open and she doesn't see her daughter for a second. That she knows her child's running in the street. I'm stopping you guys from running in the fucking street. And I have no other way to get through my message other than the social media outlets that have proven to be the most valuable form. Why? Why is social media the most valuable way to get a message across? Because it is left in the eye of the beholder how he views the message. So one person could say, fuck you, Wes. Another person, when I'm talking about some dude with tits who his wife's embarrassed of because he's embarrassed of himself and he's a complete dipshit with his alcohol and his lifestyle choices, he's just lost. I say that about an avatar. Now, some guy named John from Sacramento could say, fuck. That's me he's talking about. Now, for the first time in John's fucking life, he was able to be accountable because I didn't tell John, you fat piece of shit, bitch, you suck. I just spoke of how I used to feel or a current avatar that I see in the world. And John, for the first time of his life, hearing that message said, he's speaking about me. What does that do? He made the choice. He put himself as that avatar. He saw his fault for the first time ever. What makes you think they see their fault? They don't. They wouldn't keep doing it if they did. They think it's perfectly fine. But when you can make a piece of content that makes them see that they're at fault and they can step into it, they can own it, they can be accountable for once in their fucking lives, then everything changes. That's why social media and content geared towards certain avatars who need life change at that moment is so crucial in teaching and guiding society for change. You guys, I love you guys. I'll prove it by showing up every day, even when everybody is having a bad day. I'll still show up. Today felt like a low frequency day, a chill day, a day where people didn't feel like they were too motivated. So I did a Q&A. I need to talk to everyone. I'm going to start to bring the energy out of them. I have to live a certain way. I owe you guys an answer. I owe an answer. I owe you guys a solution. I owe a process. I owe everything I know. I owe what worked for me. That's all this ever was. I didn't know you could make money off this. Do you guys know my very first elite client? My very first one-on-one elite client told me that my program is worth $2,000 a month because he saw me on YouTube. He sent me a laptop. He gave me a laptop, said, we will do Zoom calls once a week. Programs like this cost about $2,000 a month. And you can put whatever else you believe will help me in the program, but this is how they're usually structured. I've been on them. He taught me. He sold me on it. He showed me my value. And this was my very first client. He said, my very first one-on-one. Before that, I was just doing the $250 once a month, or $250 a month, training and nutrition. We go through Trainerize. I just talked to you in text. I didn't even have a Zoom call option at that time. You guys, was it meant to be? Or was it my choice? You're being gifted your path, what you're meant to do, who you're meant to be. It's being told to you in your heart all day long. But some of you guys just won't listen. It comes in the form of what you're willing to remove from your life. And once you remove all those things, you'll realize that you were being called to be a perfect advocate of this message from above that God wants you to preach here. And God wants you to live. And if you get people to live this way, they'll live a better life. As I have. I really was apprehensive about saying God for the first while and this and that. But what the fuck? What else is it? Well, who else is talking to you? I told you that the conscience is the authentic voice of God. I would puss out sometimes and say it's the universe or source, energy, because I didn't want to alienate anybody. But if you're so fucking stupid, you can't realize that when I speak about God, I'm not putting a face or a name or anything. I'm just saying our Creator. There's no fucking way you're not being guided by something. And that voice in your chest that's telling you to make that leap for this business endeavor, to take that jump to quit drinking, to really make those changes in your behavior to save your family, there's no fucking way you believe there's any detrimental side of that when you've been such a stupid fuck your whole life and denounced what your conscience was calling you to be and do. I love you guys.